To painted love in all thy sons command, with glowing words receding rise, reaching our strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land, our young and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Hey guys, CP here, Cards and Dice. This is drawing day. I still haven't figured, I'm probably going to use an app envelope to drop in all the names. I'm going to go over the names before I do it. I'm going to play 3 innings, the last 3 innings of this game between the 79 Mets and Expos. We are at Olympic Stadium in Montreal, and I'm doing the shuffle, the downtown, the San Antonio shuffle. 100 degrees every day, but luckily you can hear my my AC in the background. Hey, I want to tell you guys about, remind me to mention a new forum on Delphi. It's called Tabletop Rants, and that's where you can go to say anything you want, and you're not going to get censored, you're not going to get banished, you're not going to get bullied. Well, maybe you'll get bullied, but you're not. So be aware. But there is a disclaimer on the forum. That not everybody's going to embrace your love for one particular game over another, and so on and so forth. So be ready to throw down the gauntlet. And that's about it. It's called the Delphi Forum forum group is called Tabletop Rants. And this is for guys to say, hey, listen, what's up with this company? Or you know what, I love this game, and I think out of all the games that I've played so far, I think it's the best because, and you can say whatever the hell you want. Obviously, we're not going to encourage anybody to, attack people directly, right? Personal attacks, we're going to kind of, discourage personal attacks. Wow, this is terrible. I am like the worst shuffling person on planet Earth, the worst croupier on planet Earth. Okay, and the story, that was painful. Even for me who was doing it, it was painful. All right, so I'm doing a couple of things here. I'm keeping, over on Sideline Strategy Delphi, a guy created every single scorecard for every season Sideline Strategy has prior to 1990. I guess 1990 and below. I'm not sure if they have a 1990. I think they have a 1991. But anyway, every season below 1990 is going to have 162 games for every team, the actual lineup already there, and all you have to do is download it, and then you can print it out easily on your printer, okay? And I did that. I was excited about that. The guy did all that. So I printed out a few. I'm doing 2 things here, and you're going to see that in a second. I am bringing, there it is. I'm using both, there it is. You can see that. I'm using iScore. Okay, and I'm using the paper and pencil old school just because I was so excited about this that I decided let me do a couple of games in paper and pencil as I go and input the data, the stats into iScore. That keeps all the stats for me on my season. Let me straighten this out a little bit here. Now you can see it gives you a nice field, a nice display. It looks real fancy. I like that about iScore. Okay, so it's the top of the 7th inning. It's game 136 in my 1979 replay. Most stats are pretty close to actual stats.
there's a couple deviations. One is a little bit higher than his average. Another one's a little bit lower. Some guys have a few less homers or a few fewer homers. And some guys have a few more homers. Yeah, but that's the nature of the beast. I've played Apple, I played Strat, I played, HMB, I played, what else? The other thing I play all the time. Anyway, I played a lot of games, not every game, but a lot of games, and they all seem to kind of, Status Pro. One guy seems to be having a bad year, and another guy seems to be having a great year. So I'm not really nuts over that. It's not a complaint for me. You're not going to get 100% statistical accuracy, so just have fun playing the game. That's my philosophy. Whatever yours is, hey, mine is not better than yours. So you can say what you want to say, and that's cool. Okay, we can agree to disagree and move on. And that's what I'm trying to do with this new Delphi forum. It's called, what did I say it was called? Tabletop Rants. Right? Tabletop Rants. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Tabletop Rants. And you go there and you say hello, and you can actually sell stuff. You can say stuff. You can bring up information. And it's going to be kind of a forum where you have figure of speech. There's no, there's no underlying interest that is basically going to, condone certain pro-company voices. It's not politically correct where you can't say, anything about anybody that, you want it to be fact, or you want to state, hey, this is my opinion. That's okay too. You can have facts, you can have opinions, say, these are the facts, but this is my opinion about it. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to get banished. You're not going to get banned. You're not going to get insulted. You're not going to get humiliated. You're not going to get shamed. Okay? You're not going to be exiled to the island of Elba. No, none of that. You can say it. It's cool. Somebody else will say something else, and we'll move on. All right? If you start getting attacked with profanity and that stuff, that's not cool. And some guys are feeling very passionate, and I may have to delete that, and I may have to send an email saying, I get it, because I'm no perfect human being, okay? And sometimes, I go off the rails and I lose it, and then I regret it, right? Especially when, I drink one tequila too many. But anyway, all right. Where are we here? We are in the top of the 7th. The score is Mets 2 and the Expos 3. Mets had 3 big runs in the bottom of the 5th off Doc Ellis. He started the game for the Mets. Right now it's Rudy May, the lefty, in there for the Expos in the top of the 7th. He's going to be facing Joel Youngblood, Alex Trevino, and Doug Flynn. Youngblood's 0 for 2 on the day. He's lined out into a double play. Mets have hit into a couple of double plays, one in the 3rd, one in the 4th. The one in the 3rd, they had actually 2 men on with only 1 out. And then the one in the 4th, they had 1 man on and nobody out. So I better start considering doing some extra hit and runs. All right. We're using Payoff Pitch, amazing system. I've looked at the chart once so far in this game. I barely ever need to look at it more than once. And Youngblood is up. Here's the pitch from Rudy May. The ball's in play 39, and that's an out. Comebacker to May, feels his position. One way. Next is Alex Trevino. Trevino is 1 for 2. He's doubled and scored a run. That's a 4. That's patient. Shows patience, and he walks. So Trevino's on with a walk. He's a 3 to take a base, and he does not go. Doug Flynn now, 11 defense. On the second baseman, a 66. Oh boy. 66 is going to be no error because it's above. Second baseman, 66 is above the error rating. So there's going to be no error. We'll see what kind of an out it is. Kind of an out. It's a ground ball double play if the second baseman is an A. Second baseman is Cash. I don't know that he's an A. We'll check it out. He's a C range. So it's going to be basically a fielder's choice. 4-6, throw to first, not in time. And Murray's up now. The pitcher, we're going to have to bring in a pinch hitter here. It'll be Danny Norman. And then the next pitcher for the Mets is going to be Andy Hassler. Oh, crap. I blew it here. Okay, I blew it. It couldn't have been Murray. I made a mistake, so I'm just going to, let me see how I fix this. I'm not going to replay anything. I'm going to leave it just the way it is. I'm going to move on. Danny Norman is going to bat for the Mets. Not even going to discuss it. I just realized something. And the drawing is coming up after this game. I will follow up with the drawing for the 1992 APA season that you got to put together. Danny Norman is going to pinch hit. Youngblood rounded out. Let's see. And then it was a walk to Trevino. And then it was a rounded a second on the fielder's choice. 4-6. And now it's Danny Norman up. All right. Here's a pitch from May to Danny Norman. Pinch hitter. 7 in play. 0-5 in play. 0-5. That's going to be good news for the Mets. That's going to be a double. And let's see what happens there. That's a deep drive off the wall in right field. Runner advances 2 bases. With 2 outs, Flynn, I think, is a good enough base runner to try to score. And he is. So that's a double, an RBI double tying up the game by pinch hitter Danny Norman against May. Game is tied at 3 apiece. Okay. And now it's going to be Flynn made out, Danny Norman, pitcher's out. Frankie Taveras, we're going to bring in a Atkinson. Actually, you know what? I'm going to trade Dale Murray. I'm going to trade Dale Murray to the Expos in the middle of the inning. Because, I put him on the Mets, pitching for the Mets, but he was really supposed to be pitching for the Expos. So he's going to be pitching for the Expos in the next inning. So he just basically changes uniforms and goes back out to the mound. 6 2/3 by 6.2 for Rudy May. And after Dale Murray pitching 1 2/3 of hitless ball for the Mets, he gets traded and goes over to the Expos. This is the first time in the history of baseball that this ever happened. So Dale Murray is now a Montreal Expo. And the new pitcher for the Mets, who is going to be coming in, is going to be Reardon, Jeff Reardon. He's the guy who actually pitched. I screwed up, so that's how I'm fixing it, because that's how I roll. So Jeff Reardon is going to be the new pitcher for the Mets. And this is the first time we've ever seen this happen in the history. Danny, how are you, brother? This is the first time in the history of baseball where a guy has pitched for both teams in the same game, going from one team in one inning to the other team in the next inning. This is amazing. This is one of those things in baseball that you've never seen, and you'll probably never see again. So we got it's going to be Dale Murray now pitching to Taveras. He switched uniforms because I screwed up, by the way. I knew that I had already taken him out of the roster, but some reason I saw Murray and I said, "Oh man, he must still be in the roster." But I read the bottom. I read the Mets as the home team on the scorecard instead of the away team on the baseball almanac. So I screwed up. But you know what? It's still a good game, and heck, we're moving forward. Frankie Taveras, it's a 3-3 game. So Danny Norman had a big pinch hit double, driving in Doug Flynn with 2 outs, and it's Frankie Taveras with Norman at second base. Here's the pitch from Dale Murray. 5. That's in play 50. And that's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman, Parrish. Parrish over to first, and that retires the side. But not before the Mets pick up a big run here to tie the ball game, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's all tied at 3 apiece. All right, so it's Jeff Reardon pitching against, let's see, Frankie Taveras grounds out to third base. We're at 5-3. And it's Chris Spear facing Jeff Reardon. Let me see. Hold on, I got a text. I got my son's texting me. Yes. Wow. Okay, let's see how you pronounce stats. Let's see. It should say here on Baseball Reference. Okay. Spire. Pronunciation is Chris Spire. All right, so let's keep going to the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be Spire, the pitcher spot. Murray's in there, so then we're going to pull Murray. And it's going to be Atkinson after Murray. And he should finish the game, hopefully. That's a good thing about payoff pitch, man. You got every player, or 99% of the players. All right, here's the pitch from Jeff Reardon. 1 2/3 for Murray. 4, Patient 42. Patient 42 is a base hit. Reardon has had a really tough time this season for the Mets. I'll tell you what his stats are on the season for the Mets. Reardon, we're going to pitch him we're going to put him in the 9th spot. Jeff Reardon. All right, so Reardon's in the 9th spot, and I'll pull up his stats. Just by clicking on the name, it'll give you his season stats, pitching stats. He's got an ERA of 32. He's pitched 3 innings. He's given up 12 runs. Holy moly. The guy's been crushed every time he's come out. All right. Chris Spire is singles. He's on at first. And now it's the pitcher spot. We're going to pull Murray here, and we're going to bring in a pinch hitter. Rusty Staub pinch hits in this game. So we're going to bring in Staub. Here's the pitch to Rusty. Singles. Let's see. All right. Spire's on at first, and now it's going to be Murray. Wait a second. We're gonna back up 1 second. Okay. Murray's up. I'm gonna have to add him, Dale Murray. And he's up. Dale Murray's up. And we're going to get a pinch hitter now. It's going to be, who did we say it was? Rusty Staub. All right, Rusty Staub is up against Jeff Reardon. I told you guys about the new forum on Delphi. It's called Tabletop Rants. And you'll be able to freely speak your mind on that site, as opposed to every site that I know of that, you know, if you say, hey, I wish this company offered all their seasons, you're suddenly, you know, a radical, you know, extremist that needs to you know, be exiled. I mean, banished. You're a horrible person. I mean, come on, let's get real. Rusty Staub, 6. That's a troll on Reardon. Tough on Reardon's card. And that's a 10. That's a strikeout. So Reardon strikes out the pinch hitter Staub, 1 away. Yeah, you're called. I was thinking to myself, you're called a troll, right? Hey, TSD, how are you? All right. That almost sounded like STD. That was terrible. TSD. Okay. How are you, brother? Yeah, I was talking about how you're characterized as a troll when you mention, hey, I think this is overpriced, or, you know, prices just went up. I'm noticing that on all the sites. You can't say anything. You say, hey, oh, you're a troublemaker. You know, you're a troll, and that's kind of strange to me. I don't understand. Everything is trolling. I mean, right? On other forums, political forums, you're a bot. If you say anything somebody disagrees with, you're a bot. Even if it's fact-based, it doesn't matter. Facts don't matter. I never heard of this. I have 2. They are 26 and 23. Okay, so we're going to Cromartie. Warren Cromartie, 1 out, bottom of the 7th, 3-3, Mets and Expos. Jeff Reardon with the pitch to Warren Cromartie. A tough 73 is going to be a fly ball center field, out number 2. Dave Cash now with 2 outs. A patient 23. Patient 23 is a walk to Cash. Now, this is trouble because Andre Dawson has a heck of a card, man. Andre Dawson batted .285 and hit 25 home runs with 12 triples. Yeah, so, you know, anyway, don't want to face him, but okay. And he happens to hit the Mets very well. He's 1 for 3 today with an RBI double in the 3-run 5th. And there's 2 outs now. 2 outs. It's Cash on at first, Spire at second, Andre Dawson the batter. The pitch from Reardon. Ballpark, 38. That's wheelhouse. 1 to 37 is a home run, and it's an 86. Wow. That's a ground ball to short. Tavares up with it. Fires to Stearns, and that retires the side. Yikes. Man, I was telling you that Reardon has a 32 ERA this year for me in the Mets. I mean, like, every time he gets in, it's like 6 consecutive hits, you know, and he gets pummeled. But not this time. He actually got out of the inning. Ground ball to Tavares. Wow. I thought that was it. I thought he was going to get crushed. All right. So it's doo-doo. Did I bring in Murray? Yeah, I had brought in Murray. Did I bring in Murray? I brought in Murray in the Okay. For the last batter in the 7th. So let me back up out of here real quick and fix that. Murray in the 7th, top of the 7th. The last batter at the top of the 7th. Rudy May. Okay, right there. He faced Frank Tavares. So edit, home team. Murray comes in. All right, so Murray should be in there now. He should be pitching. But he's out anyway, so okay, he's still not pitching. I don't understand this at all. I'll have to go back and fix that later. Sometimes it just doesn't respond as quickly as I would like. It's Bill Atkinson's coming into this game. He pitched in this game in 1979. I'll tell you a little bit about him. Bill Atkinson is a right-hander. He pitched in 10 games. His record was 2-0 with a 1.98 ERA. Sounds like a guy you want to bring in for this game. All right. So Atkinson's coming in. He's in there. He's pitching. He's going to face Elliot Maddox. He's going to face Elliot Maddox here in the top of the 8th inning. Maddox is 1 for 3. On the season, Maddox is batting .232. In reality, he batted 265. 25, yeah, 265 in reality. He's batting .232 for us. Still has a lot of at-bats to go, so he can get hot. Top of the 8th, Elliot Maddox. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch from Bill Atkinson. Go 11. That's defense. Right fielder's range. So range is all the way to 65. It's a 39. 39. Let's look at the right fielder, who's pretty good. I mean, it's Ellis Valentine. His range is not very good at all. It's a D. So his range is a D. So it's 1 to 55, and we pulled a 39. So that's going to be a hit. What kind of a hit's going to be a single? A single for Elliot Maddox. He's 2 for 4 now on the day. We are at Olympic Stadium. What did you mean, Tabletop, about they have 26 and 23? I'm sorry, man. I may have said something and you answered, and I just kind of lost what I was saying, or I just don't know what you mean by that. Anyway, Lee Mazzilli facing Bill Atkinson with Elliot Maddox on first. Elliot Maddox, we'll see if he goes. Doubtful now. Okay, 7. In play to Mazzilli, 32. An in-play 32 against a righty is going to be a hard grounder into right field. Runner on first advances 1 base. So first and second now for the Mets. John Stearns, the batter. Here's the pitch to Stearns. 12, ballpark. 25. Stearns already has a home run. Against a righty, this is going to be wheelhouse. 1 to 14 is a home run, and that's an 88. That's going to be an out. That's going to be a ground ball, and it may be a double play. 7 and 9, and we get a 6. It's a 6-4-3 double play. Maddox over to third. But that's a second double play hit into by Stearns today, and that kills a huge potential rally for the Amazons. And it's extremely disappointing to yours truly. It's a ground ball double play. It's a 6-4-3. Spires to Cash to the first baseman Perez. and one runner advances, the other runner is out at second on a double play. So that's too bad, but Stearns hits into a double play. There's 2 outs, and it's Richie Hebner. Here's the pitch. 9 in play, 92, and the Expos can get out of that inning. That's going to be lined and caught by the second baseman for out number 3. Wow, Mets had a great, huge opportunity there. Oh, STDs. That's all? 26 and 12. Oh, when you were 26 and when you were 23, not a total of 26 plus 23, because, man, that would be a lot of STDs. All right. Let's see. All right, that's it for Hebner. He's out. Lines out to Cash. It's a 3-3 ball game, so it's a real good game here. Perez, Carter, and Valentine against Reardon. Reardon was 1-2 with a 1.74 ERA. Tony Perez, the batter. That's in play, 75, and that's going to be a fly ball. Center field. Mazzilli, 1 away. Patience, 70, and that's a grounder to Flynn. Over to Stearns, 2 out. So Carter grounds out. 4-3. Gary Carter, soon to be a Met. Well, in a few years, right? This is 79. I think he becomes a Met when in like 84 or 85 or something like that. Ellis Valentine against Jeff Reardon. Valentine's 1 for 3 with a double. 7 in play, 22. That's going to be a base hit for Valentine. Let's see if he goes. 7, nope. He stays, and it's Larry Parrish. The go-ahead run at first base. Larry Parrish, the pitch from Reardon. It's a 6, tough. A tough 47 is a strikeout. Parrish strikes out for out number 3. We go to top of the 9th. It's tied at 3 apiece here at Olympic Stadium in Montreal, 1979. Larry Parrish strikes out. It's going to be Youngblood against Bill Atkinson. Youngblood is 0 for 3 today. 4, Patient, 89. And that's a grounder to Spire over to first, 1 away. Top of the 9th, 3-3. Next batter, Alex Trevino. Trevino is 1 for 2 with a double and a walk. That's a tough pitch, 93. Trevino lifts it to left. Left fielder is Cromartie, 2 outs. And next is Doug Flynn. Flynn is 1 for 3. Upside down here. Drawings coming after this game. 3 defense against the first baseman error. An 85. Nope. It's line and caught by the first baseman. Nice play by Perez. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the 9th. All tied at 3. It's Expos versus Mets, 1979, game 136. Spire's up versus Reardon. Spire's 3 for 3 on the day, by the way. Facing Jeff Reardon. Reardon in this game. Okay, I'm going to bring in, you know what? I'm going to bring in Hassler because I think Reardon, I'm overusing Reardon. I'm going to bring in Hassler. Andy Hassler's coming in. Let me find him real quick because he pitched in this game as well. This drawing is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys. That's it. So it's 1 out of 9 chance that you win. Andy Hassler's coming in, placing. He went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk. He struck out 2. No homers, no runs, no earned runs. So Hassler, we're gonna have to pull a double. Man, let's see. We're gonna bring in Hodges on a double switch. It's gonna catch. Trevino's gonna be out. It's gonna be Hassler. So Hodges is going to be up, and I'm going to do that now so I do not forget. Reardon is out. Hodges will bat. Youngblood, Trevino, Flynn. Oh, I got to still do that. Youngblood strikes, grounds out, 6-3. Hassler, no, I'm sorry, Trevino flies out. To left. And then it was line out for Flynn to Perez. And now it's going to be Hassler's up in there. I'm doing double duty here. Keeping track of the score. I'm in two places. That's why it's bogging down. But all right, Hassler and I was putting Ron Hodges in that 9 spot. There it is. So he'll be up. Boom, all done. Ready to roll. Let's get going. It's a good game. It's 3-3. It's bottom of the 9th. We're in Olympic Stadium, Montreal. I played the Canadian national anthem when we started this. All right, here's the pitch from Hassler. Andy Hassler, 4-5 with a 3.70 ERA in 29 games. That's a tough pitch. And 0-3, and that's a strikeout. So 3 for 3, Spire strikes out against Hassler. And I didn't pull a double switch when I should. You know what? Because Atkinson's been there 2 innings. I'm going to let Atkinson bat. Atkinson is a 3 batter. I can't let Atkinson bat. I don't have the pitching right now. I don't want to worry about it. This game is going really long. So let's let Atkinson bat. Here goes. It's a 6. That's patient. 81. A patient 81 is a ground ball to the shortstop. So Atkinson bats, grounds out. 2 outs now, and Warren Cromartie. Pitch from Hassler to Wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 38 against the lefty. That's a base hit. Frozen rope to center field by Warren Cromartie. That's his second hit of the game. He's 2 for 5. And now it's Cash. Cromartie may run. Let's see if he goes. Cromartie, that is a 7. I doubt he'll be going. He needs he's up to a 3 for a jump, so he's not really a base stealer. So Dave Cash, here's the pitch. 3, defense. Defense, first baseman, Stearns. A ball hit to Stearns, and it will be an error on Stearns. What kind of an error is it? Is the question. Is it a 1-base error, a 2-base error? It's a first base. It's a 1-base error. So ball is off Stearns' glove at first base, and it's an E3. So it's an error on the Mets here. E3. Bases are first and second. First and second now. And it's Dawson, Andre Dawson. Dawson is 1 for 4 with a double and RBI. Here's the pitch from Hassler. It's a 9. That's tough. 52 is a strikeout. That's the 3rd out. That retires the side. The Expos leave 2, score none. And at the end of 9 complete, it's 3-3. And we are going to shuffle. We are going to shuffle. I wish I had one of those casino shuffling machines. That would be so cool. These cards, by the way, are amazing. You like heavy duty, glossy, so they're you can keep them clean. Really nice cards, double-sided, bold, so you can easily, it can easily be read, very legible. All right, that's it. All right. Top of the 10th, it's Hodges, Taveras, and Maddox. Let's look at Hodges. Hodges is coming to bat. Say something about him real quick. Ron Hodges has been a Met since '73. Played in 45 games on that World Series team in '73. Batted .260. He's been a Met ever since. We're in 1979. Doesn't do very much in '79. I think it looks like a 163 batting average. Ron Hodges, there he is. Let's see, strikeout for Dawson. Let's get him out of the way. Oh, we didn't do any of them. So it was a strikeout for Spire. Then it was the pitcher, Atkinson. Let's put Murray in there. Murray was in there. And then it was Atkinson. And we let him bat. And he grounded out to short. Yeah. And then it was a single. Held up. And then it was an error on Stearns at first. And Dawson struck out. Big strikeout by pitcher hold on a second. By Andy Hassler. Okay. So up now is Hodges. Hodges is in there. And Hodges is in there. Yeah. Okay. Bill Atkinson on the mound against Ron Hodges. Here's the pitch. 5 is tough. A tough 14 is a strikeout, so Hodges strikes out. 1 away. Frank Taveras up. A patient 49. That's a ground ball to third. Parrish over to first. 2 out. 3-3, top of the 10th inning. In play, 76. And that's a fly to center. Dawson there, the Hawk. I think that was his nickname, the Hawk. Now we go to bottom half of the 10th, 3-3. Ron Hodges struck out. Frankie Taveras grounded out. 5-3, and then a fly out by Elliot Maddox. All right, we go to the bottom of the 10th. Hassler's in there. He's going to stay in there. He's facing Perez, Carter, and Valentine. Perez is 0 for 4 on the day. 8. So that's in play. In play 11. It's going to be a, I'll tell you what it is. That's a ball that's driven opposite field. And that's going to be right field. Maddox after it. And into second base with a leadoff double is Perez. So Perez on at second. Mets are going to walk Carter intentionally. So it's a double, leadoff double. And then it's an intentional walk to Carter. First and second, Ellis Valentine. And the Expos are going to surprise and ask Ellis Valentine to bunt. 1-4. Sacrifice, successful sacrifice, 1-4. Second and third now. So there's one out. Runner advances, and Parrish is going to walk. Going to walk him intentionally. We're going to bring the infield in. Bases loaded. One out. Chris Spire, who's 3 for 4, facing Andy Hassler. With the infield in, so I got to look at this thing. Bases loaded, infield in. Jesus Christ. All right. Bases loaded. Chris Spire. Here's the pitch from Andy Hassler. Bases loaded. 3-3, bottom of the 10th. This is walk-off chance for the Expos against my beloved Mets. In play 41 is going to be a pop-up. Whoa. In play 41 is a pop-up. We lucked out here. And that's a shortstop. Tavares under it. 2 away now. And the pitcher spot is up. Holy moly. We're going to see a pinch hitter here. We must have a pinch hitter here. This is one of those situations where you must. And a guy that's been pinch hitting a lot is a guy named White. Jerry White. Jerry White. And then we're going to bring in another guy named Elias Sosa to pitch after this for the Expos. So White is going to come in with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 10th. Pinch hitter in the bottom of the 10th. And I'll tell you a little bit about White so you know. Jerry White is a switch hitter, so he'll be batting righty against Hassler. And he against lefties, he's 179. Against righties, he's 327. But you wouldn't know that during the season, really. And he's just the guy that they've been using, so that's why I'm bringing him in. So Jerry White's going to pitch hit for Atkinson against Andy Hassler. And here's the pitch from the lefty Hassler to Jerry White. It's an 11. That's tough. A tough 54. Tough 54 is a strikeout. So White strikes out, and that retires the side. And the Expos leave bases loaded, believe it or not. So the Mets just get out of that one. We go to top of the 11th now. Top of the 11th. And it's going to be, so Spire popped up 6, and then White came in. Everybody holds up here. And then White comes in to pinch hit. And he strikes out. And now it's going to be Sosa on the mound. Sosa is on the mound. Let's see where Sosa is. I used him. There he is. Elias Sosa. Okay, Elias Sosa on the mound. He's going to be facing Lee Mazzilli, Naz, John Stearns, and Richie Hebner, who, by the way, is the highest paid player on the Mets at $200,000 in 1979, and hated New York. Hated New York. So he was gone by the next year. He was out of there. And he was always a pretty decent player. I mean, he was in the 80s, he was a decent player. In the 70s, he was a decent player. Just didn't work out with him and the Mets. Didn't like it. All right. Lee Mazzilli. It's a 2. It's a ballpark. Ballpark 36. He's batting lefty, so it's to 49. So that's going to be wheelhouse. Wheelhouse against a righty. 1-24. Ball is out of here. It's a 66. And that's a ground ball to second base. Right there is Cash. 1 away. So Mazzilli is grounds out. He's 1 for 4 on the day. John Stearns. Stearns is 1 for 4 with a home run. 9. Tough. A tough 65. And that's a ground ball to second, Cash. Back-to-back ground outs to Cash. And it's Richie Hebner. 10. Patient 16. That's a walk. So Hebner manages a walk. We got a ground out, 4-3. And another ground out, 4-3. And then we got a walk. Hebner walks. And it's Youngblood. Here's the pitch to Youngblood. Patient 56. And that's a hit by pitch. So Youngblood gets plunked. HB. Hit batsman. First and second. And it's going to be the pitcher. Wow. Okay. That's, let's see what we do here. We got the pitcher up. And this situation, man, this could, with two guys on, with two outs and nobody on, I would let Hassler bat at this point. But I can't let him bat in this situation. I'm going to have to bring in good old Eddie Kranepool. Eddie Kranepool, who at 18 was told by Casey Stengel when Kranepool complained of a pulled muscle in his leg. Stengel looked at him and said, "You're 18 years old. How can you pull a muscle?" The next year, I think that was 62, 63, I believe, Kranepool was hurt again in the early part of the season. The signs at the stadium started popping up saying, "Is Kranepool over the hill?" That was pretty funny, I thought. At 19 years old, they were saying he was over the hill. But you know what? In 1979, he's still around, and he's pinch hitting for me. Pinch hitter, Ed Kranepool. See what happens. Here's the pitch from Sosa. Sosa, 8-7 with a 1.96 ERA in 62 games in play. In play, 38. And that's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. Flips to Sosa covering 3-1, and that retires the side. Go to the bottom of the 11th, tied at 3 apiece. We got a new pitcher for the Mets now. Who's that going to be? Let's go to the previous game, game 135, and see who pitched in that game for the Mets, and that's who we'll bring in. Previous game, it was Glynn and Allen. So we're going to bring in Ed Glynn to pitch again. Ed Glynn. There he is, Ed Glynn. So Kranepool rounds out. Let's bring. So what did Youngblood do? Youngblood was hit by a pitch. And then Trevino wasn't in there anymore. It was Hassler in that position. Andy Hassler. And he's going to be pinch hit for by Kranepool. And Kranepool grounds out to first base 3-1. 3-1. And that's going to retire the side. Now we have Warren Cromartie. Warren Cromartie, the new catcher, well, the catcher from before that I didn't write in, was Ron Hodges. He's catching. And Andy now's a new pitcher. Who did we say it was? It was going to be Glynn. Ed Glynn is going to be in there. And he's going to be batting seventh. Okay. So it's Cromartie versus Ed Glynn, the lefty. I'll tell you a little bit about Ed Glynn. I'll show you what he looks like. Ed Glynn was 1-4 with a 3 ERA in 46 games. This is Ed Glynn. There he is. Ed Glynn has a weak mustache, dirty blonde hair. He came over from the Tigers, was a Tiger since '75. Seems like always, well, it looks like he started some games. But then for the Mets, he was a reliever. Ed Glynn is going to be pitching to Warren Cromartie, the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 11th. It's a 3-3 ball game. 6. That's in play. In play 69 versus a lefty, and that's going to be a grounder to Tavares over to Stearns, one away. Using payoff pitch basic, you haven't seen me use a chart yet. This is a cool game, I'm telling you. 8, patient. 46, and that's going to be a ground ball and through into center field. So Dave Cash with a single, his second hit of the game. He is 2 for 5. He's on at first with a single, and is he a threat to steal? Not really, but we're going to pull to see what happens. He does not go. So Cromartie grounded out. And then it was Dave Cash who singled. And it's Andre Dawson. Here's the pitch from Glynn to Dawson. That's a 10. That's a tough pitch. Tough pitch, and that's a 60. A tough 60 from Glynn, and that's a strikeout for out number 2. So Dawson strikes out, and it's Tony Perez. Perez, a righty, bats .255 against lefties. He had 3 home runs and 100 at bats versus lefties. Here's the pitch from Glynn. That's a 9. That's patient. A patient 86. And that's ground ball to Tavares. He flips to Flynn. 6-4, force out, and that retires the side. So the Expos lead 1, score none. We go to the top of the 12th inning. Tied at 3. So this was a new inning with a new pitcher, Glynn. Hassler went a couple innings. I know that 1, 2, 3. Sosa when it was here. So let's see. Let's fill some of this in. So it was 3 innings, 2 hits. We had no hit. So, and then Sosa came in the 11th. And it was just now, it was Glynn who came in the 11th. Before that, Reardon went 2. 1, 2. No. Yeah. Reardon went 2. So then this is where Hassler came in, and he went 2. Gave up 1 hit, 2 walks. 2 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. No runs. He went 2 innings as well. All right. So it's going to be Sosa in the top of the 12th facing Flynn, Hodges, and Tavares. Sosa was 8-7 with a 1.96 ERA, so he was extremely effective in '79. Pitched in 62 games. He'll be facing Doug Flynn, who's 1 for 4. Here's the you know what? Let's I did that already. All right, 6. That's a tough pitch. 42, a tough 42. It's a base hit. Flynn singles. And Flynn is not a guy who's prone to base stealing, so he's not going to go in this situation. Hodges is an F bunter. You know what? We're going to try to bunt anyway. And it's a successful bunt to the third baseman who throws to Norman. Who throws to the second baseman covering, and that moves Flynn over to second, so he's in scoring position. And Flynn is a good base runner. Here's the pitch to Frankie Tavares. 9. A tough 29, and that's going to be a strikeout. Tavares down swinging for out number 2. And it's Elliot Maddox. 8 in play. 59. In play 59. That's a fly ball, shallow right. In comes right fielder Valentine. Makes the catch, and that retires the side. That's lead one, score none. We go to the bottom half of the 12th. Playing payoff pitch. What's up, guys? The drawing's in a little bit. What's the score? 3-3, bottom of the 12th. It's Ed Glynn on the mound for the Mets against Elias Sosa for the Montreal Expos. We are keeping track on paper and using technology. And that was Perez had grounded out into a fielder's choice or forced out, 6-4. And then we're going to input the single by Flynn. Flynn singled, and then he was sacrificed over by Hodges. That was 5-4. And then it was a strikeout by Taveras and a flyout by Maddox. Bottom of the 12th, 3-3. It's Gary Carter, soon to be a Met, Ellis Valentine, and Larry Parrish against Ed Glynn, the former Detroit Tiger. Going to be facing Gary Carter. Here's the pitch. It's a tough pitch. Carter can do nothing with it. And he lives it to shallow center. Mazzilli puts it away. One down. Valentine, another tough pitch. And Valentine grounds to Taveras. Taveras throws on the run. Valentine is out. And it's Parrish with 2 out. Here's the pitch from Glynn. Parrish shows his patience, and it pays off. He walks. So Parrish is on at first base. He's actually 5 stolen bases and 1 caught stealing. And we're going to send them, potentially see if he can get a jump, and he does not. And it's Chris Spire, who's actually 3 for 5 today. Here's the pitch. It's 10, a tough pitch, a tough 32 against a lefty, and that's going to be a sharp liner into center field. Runner advances 1 base. Parrish is a 7, so he's going to go to third. So first and third now with 2 outs. And it's the pitcher spot. The pitcher spot, we're going to look and see who we have here to pinch hit. Duffy Dyer is going to come out, but that's the second catcher. I don't want to use him. Mason is available to pinch hit. Hutton, a guy named Hutton. Do not know who that is, but he's pinch hitting because he pinch hit in yesterday's game. Tom Hutton, he's a lefty. It's going to be lefty versus lefty, although Hutton is terrible against lefties. I have Jimmy Mason, who never batted against lefties. And then the other guy I have is Duffy Dyer, but I don't want to use him because he's my last catcher. You know what? It doesn't matter because I'm not playing injuries anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to bring in Duffy Dyer. Dyer's going to pinch hit. Sosa is out. In the bottom half of the 12th inning with runners on first and third, Duffy Dyer versus Ed Glynn. Dyer versus lefties batted .474. I just saw that. Okay. .474 versus lefties. Here goes. 3, ballpark. 35 is going to be wheelhouse. Wheelhouse versus lefties. 1-29 is a double. 1-59 is a single. If it's anything lower than a 59, game is over, and they mob Duffy Dyer at first base. Gatorade all over his head. They tear his shirt off. 49, ball game's over. That drops in, base hit. In to score is Parrish, and the Mets lose it. The Mets lose it by a score of 4-3 in 12 innings. Ed Glynn is going to take the loss. He went 1 2/3, 1.2. He gets the loss. Sosa gets the win. Sosa pitched 2 innings. And Sosa had 1. And that's it. It's time for the drawing. That's a huge shame for the Amazings. I may not appear, but I am crying, inside. All right, so let's do this. So Gary Carter leads off, and he flies out to center. Then up comes Ellis Valentine, and Glenn gets him to ground out to short. Parrish, showing his patience, draws a walk with 2 outs, a 2-out walk. And then it's Chris Spire who singles Parrish to third. That was his 4th hit of the game, by the way. How cool is that? I like when the guy you least expect to shows up. And Chris Spire, definitely not known for his hitting, showed up today. And then it was Elias Sosa came up to bat, but he was going to be pinch hit for by Duffy Dyer, a terror against lefties, batted .474 against lefties in '79. And he's going to single for an RBI single to win the ball game. Duffy Dyer, put a star next to his name. Duffy Dyer singles, and the ball game is over. Oh, Mets lose another one, unfortunately. Loss for Glenn. Glenn went 1.2, gave up 2 hits, 3 hits. No home runs. He walked 1, struck out 1. 1 run. That was the losing run, unfortunately. Sosa gets the win. Sosa walked, hit a batter, struck out 2. So Sosa walked 1, struck out 2. No runs, no earned runs. Mets had their chances. Mets definitely had their chances. All right, so that's it. So let me figure something out here. There was 3 innings for Atkinson. He gave up 2 hits and 1 strikeout, no walks. 2 hits, 1 strikeout, no walks, no runs, no earned runs. Murray went 1/3 of an inning. And then it was May who was replaced in the 7th inning, gave up 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, 5 hits, but 1, 2, 3, 5 hits, but 3 walks. And gave up, I'm looking at the wrong guy. No, that was Rudy May. I'm right. 1 home run, gave 1 home run. How many earned runs? Basically gave up 2 earned runs. And he struck out 1, 2, 3 batters. Okay, so it was 8 hits for the Mets. 1 error. Expos had 14 hits. No errors. So the Mets with 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Expos, 4 runs, 14 hits, no errors. This has been a long broadcast, an hour to get through 3 innings. Well, I thought it was 3 innings, but it went into extra innings. So it ended up being like 6 innings. All right, so that's the end of the 3-game series. Mets pulled 1 game out of 3. Won 1 game out of 3 with the Expos. The Expos have a really good team, though. So when I play the Expos, I don't expect to win any. They got a really good team and a tremendous pitching staff. Like every starting pitcher on the Expos has got like a 3 ERA. All right. Sosa goes back with his Expos. Where are they? And we're going to wrap these guys up, make sure I'm not leaving anybody in there that belongs to anybody else, so that I don't have to go back chasing after him later. There you go. Okay. They're all Expos. All right. Put this aside. We got to end this game. I think it ended. Wait, let me see. I just got to input the winning pitcher and losing pitcher. So the winning pitcher is Sosa. He gets the win. Losing pitcher is Glenn. And that's the ball game. So let's look at team manager and take a look at the Mets record. Mets record right now 46 and 90. So they're 46 and 90. In reality, what were they? They were that the other day. I think I tore that up. In reality, I'll tell you what they were. Right, they were 53 and 82. They were 53 and 82 in reality. So I'm about 7 games away from their actual record. Okay, so let's get started. Let's finish up with the drawing. Now, let me tell you a couple things, guys. These are the names. Tabletop Sports Delaware, KS, Sweet Lou, W. Jank, Richard Davis, Don Heston, Steve, and Danny Rogers. All right? So, my concern is that I'm attaching this to a game, and guys may not have watched the game because they're waiting for me to do like a stream of the actual drawing where it just says drawing. So let me share the names here on this. These are the names that are in the drawing. So you got a really good chance of winning the 1992 season. And here it is. And by the way, I'm going to give away some strat stuff. I'll show you what I'm going to be giving away. I want to share that with you guys. I'm going to be giving away the 1961 Detroit Tigers. Okay. Giving away that. I don't know why I don't have a lot of them. I have to figure out. Got to put them in order here. Hold on a second. 61 Tigers. I'm going to be giving away the 1927 Yankees, Strat Yankees. I'm giving those away. I need all these. I don't even play those seasons. So I'm giving away this to 27 Yankees. That's a lot of cards. This may be like 2 teams here. 2 27 Yankees teams. I have to sort these. Oh, I hate that. I hate sorting stuff. That seems like a lot of guys. All right, so I'm giving those away. What else am I giving away? So you know, if you like Strat, I like Strat. What else? Oh, this is 52. 1952 something or other. I'm giving that away. 1980 and 81. I don't understand what all this is. 81, 81, 81. Looks like I'm giving away an 81 Pirate team. What else am I giving away? 34 Cardinals. Giving that away. I don't know if I should give these all. I may give them all away together. I don't want to be doing. I can do 62. Oh, 60. Did I say 60? No, it was 61. So I got a 62 team. 62 Giants are going. Giving these away. 62 Giants. 62 Giants. I have a lot of cards as well. 62 Giants. There you go. Giving those away. 61 now. 61 Tigers. Here it is. Here are the other 61 Tigers I'm giving away. Thank God. Okay. I was freaking out. Seems like a lot of cards. Let me count one team. I don't know. Maybe it's like a lot of cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's 27 Yankees. What did I do with those guys? What was I up to? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I think there are 2 teams here. Yeah, so I'm going to have to separate them, but I'll be giving away 34 Cardinals, 61 Tigers, 27 Yanks. What's that? 1898 pitching record? Kidding me. Oh, this is the Hall of Fame set I'm giving away. It's a whole nother story. Can't even go there now. I'm giving away the 62 Giants. Why do I have? Oh, this guy belongs to the Hall of Fame set. I'm giving away the 62 Giants. And then this, I don't know what I'm doing with this. This is like some random players. They may be part of some sets that I have, so I don't know. I have a bunch of 81 guys. So I'm going to hold off, figure out where that's from. Put that aside. But I'm giving away these sets right here. 62, 34, 61, 62 Giants, 34 Cardinals, 61 Tigers, and 27 Yankees. And what am I going to play? Probably a 92 series or something. And I got to figure out what I'm going to play. Maybe an 88 series, 88 Mets. The first few games for the 88 Mets. That would be cool. All right. Hey there, Richard Davis. Okay, but all right, listen. I want to do the drawing. I got the names out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I carefully went over them. I didn't miss anybody. You guys are pretty good at, following along and so on. So this is the set I'm giving away. This is the Atlas set. Where's the other guys? Oh. Christ, I can't walk. All right, I'm sorry, I just went to grab this other stuff. All right, these are all the cards. This is the whole set of cards, I think. 93, yeah, this is the set, the whole set. Okay, 93 set. And they're in really good shape. There's Dave Winfield, Devon White. Okay, these are all 93 set. I'm giving these away. I'm not going to put them together. I don't have the time. There's no way I could ever put these back into teams. And I do not remember where the guys were playing. You guys have better memory than I do. So anyway, so this is the set of cards that I'm giving away, 1992 Atlas set. And I want to do a separate, I don't want to drag this on. I want to finish with it because it's kind of getting draggy to me. So what I want to do is I want to do a separate stream with just a drawing. I think I should do that because this one, guys will be looking for the drawing and they won't know where it is because I could go into this video and put title it drawing, but they may see this and say, oh, that's one of his replay games. It has nothing to do with the drawing. And that I'm not into that Mets replay, so I'm not going to watch that. And then they'll be waiting for the drawing, and there'll never be anything that says APA drawing. So I got to do another stream so guys can find this APA drawing. I'll be back. I'm going to stretch my legs for 15 minutes, and then I'll be back, and I'll do the drawing. All right? Yes. So I'm going to end this stream. I'm going to come on in 15 minutes, and I'm just going to do a stream that says 1992 APA drawing winner. And that way, guys, because they may not know where the drawing is. They may have to contact me and all that. So I figure that's the way, because that's the way I've been doing it up till now. I've always had a separate video for just the drawing. And today I kind of wanted to add a few things, this kind of inventory work and so on in this game that was supposed to be 3 innings, and was only supposed to last like 20, 25 minutes the most. Ended up being what? We're an hour and 20 minutes now. So I'm gonna come back on, and I'm gonna do the drawing, and then I'll box up these guys, and I'll send it out to whoever the winner is. The guys are going to be Steve, Danny Rogers, Derek Oxenrider, Tabletop Sports Delaware, W. Jank, Richard Davis, KS, Sweet Lou, and Don Heston. And I will be back in about 15 minutes or so with the drawing. All right? All right, I'm going to say goodbye now.